stuff. Peter Clark, a Sandhurst-trained soldier in the British Army and then the New Zealand Army, meets Jane, a pretty young nurse. They marry, have 3 children and embark on a busy life in the city. But in their late 40s, after the kids had flown the coop, Mr. and Mrs. Clark decided to ditch the city, buy a block of land in Marlborough's Upper Awatri Valley, plant grapes and retire. But things don't always go to plan.
Wow, Peter and Jane, this is amazing! This view!
It is pretty lovely, isn't it?
It's incredible! Look at the cliffs! Oh, and the vines and the river.
You know, we often remind ourselves it's not a bad office to work in.
So, tell me, why on earth you decided to leap into growing grapes?
So we sat down, we had a bit of a strategic meeting.
A strategic meeting?
A lifestyle changing meeting between the two of us. We decided we wanted to work for ourselves. We decided we wanted to grow something.
Right.
And we wanted to be in the export game because New Zealand is an export country.
Ooh, very canny.
So grapes fitted that wonderfully. And,
were you wine fans anyway?
Yeah, we liked a glass of wine, but
We're not connoisseurs. We didn't then know very much about wine.
Did you have any idea about how much physical work would be involved in setting up a vineyard when you made this executive decision?
No.
And I was often exhausted at the end of the day, knowing how far I had to go. And then we had a frost. And in November 2002, we were completely wiped out with frost.
So the whole
house,
vineyard here was
spring frost.
Brown.
wiped out.
Yeah, lost the whole crop.
What happens? What do you do when a disaster like that happens?
The first reaction was, I'm going to be consulting for a little while yet. But you still have to manage the vineyard. You still have to manage the canopy. It's just that you don't have any fruit.
Oh, how heartbreaking.
So we came back the next day and decided, well, it's happened. Now we've got to manage this, and next year will be another year.
Well, we've got some glasses here. You've got a bottle. Let's taste some of the Sauvignon, shall we? Ooh. You know, I love the way that smells. Really floral, isn't it?
When you drink the end product and you think, oh no, it's this is really why we came, and why we're doing what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite limey, zingy.
It's a little bit different, isn't it, from the Wairau Valley? It's more flinty, it's more mineral.
Very fruity.
But it's fruity as well.
Do you miss the UK? Do you ever think maybe I should have stayed there?
No, every time I go back I think, no, I prefer...
No, we couldn't have anything like this. No.
No, they don't build it like this in the UK.
No, they don't, do they?
We're very lucky.
Inspired by his high school geography teacher who'd spent time in Bordeaux, 16-year-old Simon Clark decided viticulture and winemaking was the life for him.
So it's all kind of action stations, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, this time of year it's
full on.
it's a good time to come.
This is your Riesling and it's not far off being harvested itself, is it?
Yeah, no, we're harvesting in a few days' time, so the acids are really good.
Okay.
We're looking for.
Gosh, you know, some of the berries are really tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really crisp and citrusy and...
Really looking for the limes and the bit of apricot coming through.
Yeah, stone fruit, definitely. But
It's
speaking
ready
of
to go.
stones...
Yeah, we've got no shortage of rocks here. Funny story, actually. We had the planter. He was having a lot of trouble getting the vines planted, and he jumped out of his tractor at some stage and kicked some stones and walked off, and he said, "You can't make good wine in this place."
Oh, do you have a bit of a tanty?
Yeah. Then a couple of years later, it's, "Hello, Trophy." So I must find out where he lives and I can send him some wine.
Riesling is a big deal for Clark Estate, isn't it? I mean, why is that? Why have you chosen to
Well, after
go with it?
After university, I travelled around the world and ended up in Germany. And I did a vintage with Dr. Lozen in the Moselle.
Okay,
and
very famous producer.
Yeah, I was very green, but it was an amazing experience. And when we decided to plant some more vines up here, I said, nope, got to have Riesling.
Okay.
So.
And you just do the one Riesling, like Clark Estate Riesling, trophy-winning.
Yeah, we do that
Fabulous.
one, and we do my special one, which is Blockade. It's more refined, and it's
Okay.
more, it's a little bit sweeter,
Okay.
but there's more of the play on the acidity and the sweetness. There's that tension. So here we have it.
Fantastic. All right.
Here
Thank
it
you,
is.
kind sir. Let's see. Wow. I see what you mean about that, just that hint of sweetness. And yet it's bursting with all this gorgeous kind of really sexy citrus and
Yeah, it's a New Zealand wine made in a sort of German style. So.
I couldn't help noticing those incredible cliffs behind us.
Well, that's the papa underneath. That's
Papa.
Yeah, that thick grey layer. You've got the soil on top,
Okay, can see that.
and then it's sitting on a papa layer, which is effectively old seabed, really. And I think it really comes out in the wines that there's that chalkiness and that minerality.
You're right, you know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Don't they look amazing?
As well as adding to the next generation of Clark family future winemakers, backing their brother up in the all-important sales, marketing and export stakes are Jennifer and Sarah.
Gosh, the
Your
beginning.
mum?
Yeah, the baby
What a
vines.
hard worker.
Yeah, she said she used to know every single vine.
She used to know
After
every
doing that.
single
Yep,
vine.
22,000 of them. Yeah, by
That's what
name.
she said.
Name them all.
Yum, Pinot
yeah.
Gris. It smells
That's what we're
like
gonna do.
like white nectarine and white peach, and it's
Yeah.
really cool.
And I can really taste the ginger. I really like ginger.
I really
Yeah,
taste it.
that's you're right. It is. It's ginger and all sorts of kind of baking spices, but and it's not dry, but it's not sweet. It's really good.
nice.
Now tell me about the crest or the
Oh, yeah.
what is it? Is it a family crest or like a little
not-
sort of medal thing?
It's our own made up. There's a little bit of soldier going on with the EMI, which was the corps that Dad was in the army. There's the nurse's badge in there. There's the Hertfordshire deer. I think it is. And then at the bottom is Arte et Mater, which is by skill and hard work.
By skill and hard work.
And there's still plenty of hard work for Peter and Jane, even though they now have a more overseeing role in the business. The other thing that keeps everybody busy, though, is the growing hordes of grandchildren.
Stop getting those strawberries.
Hold on, here comes the cheesecake. Hang on, hang on.
Cheesecake.
Here it is, here it is. Here it is.
Dessert Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
And you've chosen this as our special pudding match.
I call it a Christmas wine because it's got those Christmas flavours, cinnamon, orange marmalade, dried apricot. I think both of them are quite, for what they are, they're quite light and fresh, and they work so well together.
They really do. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, kids, you're on dishes.
Yeah.